All right. Welcome back today. We have Luminopolis Union today. And Luminopolis Union was truly a first of a new generation of unions. And the reason it was part of a new generation is because they were the first union that was listed in union lists. In unions lists, you have to state your members that you want to add to the union to start it, and you also have to give coordinates of your base. It was a lot simpler back then. You just had to have the 4 or 5 members and a name. You didn't really have to give that much of a goal. Nowadays, you have to have a goal, you have to have a banner, you have to have a union base, and you have to have that 4 or 5 members. Luminopolis may have existed in some way, shape, or form before Unions List because it was mentioned in Unions List that they had the union prior. Members include Google, which I believe Google used to be called Google Firefox. I believe it's on the sign somewhere in here. Yeah, Google Firefox. Ravenous slash Shadow Stormers. They've changed their name recently. QB. Alcedori. Isaac Powers. Imp Hydra. Milk Mocha. Laurel Wood. And possibly Teacup of Doom and Axolot _S. This union was founded in August 13th of 2019, as far as I know. It could have existed prior to that. Anyway, we've got that nice cool sign up there. This is Luminopolis, so that you know exactly where you're at. I do have a sword. I do have a sword. This area is not very well mob-proof, I gotta say. But I believe this is their main banner, but this one also could be. It's really not well documented, especially with as old as it is. But we have some of the key members listed here. We've got QB, we've got Google, and we got Al Sidori. And Raven Psycho, which might be Ravenous. I'm not sure. Because there's nobody else who fits the name that I know of. And I would think there would be some evidence of them having been in the Union. This Union died out, I think, in December of 2019. So it lasted a couple months, but back in those days, they did not tend to last more than a couple months. Especially in that era of unions. The unions prior to that basically were given free reign. They never really got disbanded. They had a little bit more requirements in these days, plus people were more likely to leave a union and join a different one, and that would bring your member count down enough that they couldn't sustain themselves. Because in previous generations of unions, they were able to join more than one union unofficially just because they weren't really kept track of. Anyway, we'll get around the tour. This is just a very iconic union comparatively. I'm not sure how much of this is considered part of Luminopolis. It would make sense that part of this is because they have some builds there that are made by members. but it could just be an extension. Um, Sometimes when you got newer players, they do tend to add on. So it could just be an add-on from a player that thought this was still an ongoing town. So we got this little house here. Things are kind of griefed in this area, but that's kind of to be expected. This is your PSA, not to grief. People might actually care. Let's see. Let's go out this way. Most of like the main buildings are within that fence, but I figured I'd show you around the direct area. So we got this little house here. Looks like a stable. There's lots of horses here. What's nice is I can do some info and I can check who owns some of these. Granted, not all of them would still be around. Teacup. Well, that might be an alt of the one. Remember. I'm not sure who Florancer is. Got this little shop. So Raven made this one. It's cute. It's got some style. Got this house here. I think it's more of a shop. Let's see. Little room here is kind of cute. So we got this building, which out of the three buildings, I definitely have a preference as to which building I like the most. I know there is some redstone involved in like getting into this building, but I think it's either broken or I don't know where the button is. But you can just kind of light her in, and you can just explore that way. And down here you got some heads of some key members. I do know there was more than this, as I listed in the beginning, but these guys were definitely key members, so I'm not really surprised those are the only ones that are listed. Well, this whole area is still claimed by someone. This is the redstone here. Not really sure what activates it, because I do not see a button or lever. We got this. This little house. Is there a way back up after? So, as far as I know, this was never completed. It was never really utilized. But it does seem like during that time, the server was really getting its footing. So I'm not really all that shocked. that a lot of these early unions just didn't make it. I'll say what's on top. Oh, I got like a waterfall here. Neat. And we got this tower over here. Doesn't really have anything in it, just looks cool. I'm wondering if there wasn't supposed to be something cool on top. Because there's not really much here. Now we got Doofenshmirtz Tower, which this kind of makes me think this is the main banner. I think they really went by multiple banners, realistically. Not really sure what some of these buildings served, like how they served purpose. Some of them it just seems like it's decor, which is fine. We all like some good decor. I got this little tree, a roller coaster thing. Over here we do have some member houses. Um, this one I assume was built by two people. Um, well, can I search Teacup of Doom? Well, I do know that caps doesn't really matter when you're doing slash scene. Um, although, oh, that's fine. Scene, teacup. Currently, scene, puppy, bunny, this. Yeah, that tracks. That sounds about right to have been in the union. Those ones aren't confirmed through unions list, by the way. Um, there might be some overlap with some Discord users that I did manage to pinpoint, but I didn't list them because I can't be sure what their Minecraft username was. We got this little house here. A nice little thing on top. I don't think it really says whose it is. It's nice when like people label their builds so you can tell what they were even long after they're gone. We've got Al's house. Looks like it's taken a beating over the years. It is what it is. Is there a way to get up? Kind of. What I can tell is if this was burnt down or never finished. Because this house looks pretty similar, to be honest. And there's not really a name on this one. We got this house over here, which this is Jack's house. There's no other mention of a Jack, um, when I did my research. So I'm not really sure if that's a nickname for a player. I am gonna try this portal and see where it takes me. And it doesn't seem to have any signage on it. Scroll this spelled by Q. This, yeah, this is not labeled at all. Oh, mislinked portals galore. Alrighty. So, I think I managed to skip over the subway. I think this is a really nice build here. I appreciate it. As someone who once worked at Subway, I appreciate it. Although my Subway did not look like this. Got some gravestones here. We got a little store here. Previously might have had some sort of mall, which I'm not surprised. That right there is Woodville, by the way, not part of Luminopolis. I got a lighthouse here with some semi-functional stairs. I think I'm gonna rock it up to this. Oh, looks like at one point this might have worked. Yeah, those days are long gone. But I was saying, we've got this tower. I believe there was some signs on it listing who made it. Let's see. I'm just gonna check the top real quick. There appears to have been some griefing. I mean, each time this is a pretty tall building. We didn't really have a lot down here. When Luminopolis was made, I don't think we had a lot of these materials, so it kind of makes me think this might not have been in Luminopolis era, but potentially there could have been members who continued to be on the server, because there were some. We got this connected area over here. I believe this is a part of something else, but it is owned by StarQ2, who also has claimed um, Luminopolis itself. We see this is made by QB, and QB was Luminopolis member, so I mean it could very well be part of Luminopolis. We got this little farm, used to be a sheep farm. We got flooding crop field here. A little villager area right here. Seems to be long dead. Got a sign here. No, that is not part of this because that is edging into some of ATR's territory, which we will get to. Um, that is a completely different era of time. Where cornstarch is cats. See, this is why I'm thinking this is part of Luminopolis. This could have also been a collaboration between multiple groups of people, realistically. Oh, hello. Not much of a hidey hole, gotta say. Well, they had me going down the stairs for no reason. Seemed like it was leading somewhere. It's interesting that this is here. So this is Luminopolis right here. This is a questionable area. Like a furnace back here. So Marshall's thing. First armor set. No, there was a protection region somewhere, but we might just be overlapping. Yeah, it does. Let's just hit those. I'm really curious whose this is. Oh, wait, there's a sign. Keep in mind, I'm just peeking for info. Why is there snow here? Curiosity abounds. I do wonder. There's more signage. Cook and fuel. So there were 3 super smelters here. That's maybe a little bit overkill, perhaps. Same signage down here. How do you get to the second floor on this? I do feel like this was owned by someone from Luminopolis. It does have cats out in front that are labeled cornstarch. Uh, but this is also in front of Al's house, so this could be an extension of that. And it's like useless to go through portals to check whose portal it is because they're so horrendously mislinked in places. We got this dome thing. Doesn't really have anything in it except for a zombie. There's some green heads in there. Rip. Eh, I just said rip Al. Trying to think who else would have an A in there. It's first letter. Alright. So that was Luminopolis. And I hope that you guys had a great time. Alright, I had to figure out what was going on there. Anyway, this is Luminopolis. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Um, as I've said before, this will get easier and easier with any video that I do just because the information is a lot more readily available. Next time should be the Oasis Union, which I don't know much about the members, but I do know a lot about the area and what is the Oasis and what isn't. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave you off with this.